Why was the lunar module vital for Apollo landings? Imagine trying to land on a planet where you cannot breathe, see, or walk normally. That's what made the lunar module so essential for the Apollo missions. It was the only craft built specifically to get astronauts from lunar orbit down to the moon's surface and back again. Without it, landing and exploring the moon would simply be impossible. The command module stayed in orbit around the moon, acting as a safe home base, but the lunar module was the vehicle that actually took astronauts to the ground. It carried to astronauts safely to the surface, supported them during their stay, and then brought them back to the command module for the trip home. The design of the lunar module was quite unique. It had no need for aerodynamic shape because it only operated in space and on the moon, where there is no atmosphere. It was made of two parts: the descent stage and the ascent stage. The descent stage had the engine and fuel needed to land on the moon. It also stored supplies and tools for exploration. The ascent stage housed the crew cabin and the engine used to lift off from the moon and meet back up with the command module. This two-part setup meant the heavier descent stage could be left behind on the moon, making the return trip easier and lighter. Training 4 astronauts on how to operate the lunar module was a big challenge. Since it was never tested in Earth's atmosphere or on another planet, astronauts had to practice in simulators that mimicked lunar gravity and conditions. They learned how to dock the lunar module with the command module, pilot it during landing, and manage its complex systems. The pilot had to monitor fuel, navigation, and propulsion, often making manual adjustments during landing to avoid hazards. This required precise teamwork and technical skill from both the pilot and the commander. During the mission, the lunar module stayed attached beneath the command and service module during transit to the moon. Once in lunar orbit, it separated and descended independently. The commander controlled the landing, often making manual corrections to avoid rocks or craters, as Neil Armstrong did during Apollo 11. After the astronauts finished their surface activities, the ascent stage lifted off, docked with the command module, and transferred the crew for the return journey. The lunar module also proved its worth in emergencies. During Apollo 13, an oxygen tank exploded, disabling the command and service module. The lunar module systems provided power, propulsion, and life support, helping the crew survive until they could return safely to Earth. In short, the lunar module was the key to making lunar landings possible. Its specialized design and the training required to operate it made exploring the moon a reality. Without it, the Apollo missions could not have achieved their historic goal of landing humans on another world and returning them safely home.